If you want to start a business, here are 5 steps so that you can be able to launch a profitable business. Let's get those credits rolling. Before you can be able to start any business and make it profitable, number one, you have to identify the niche that you're going to be in. This business idea is the difference between having a really good business and having a crappy business, because one of the things that you need to consider here is how many people can be served by the business that you are starting or that you want to get into. For instance, if you want to get into a gym business, how many people will be assisted by a gym business in the area where you want to put that business at? If you go to a low income area, then the gym must also reflect the surrounding of where you are putting that particular gym. That's the example. So identifying the niche will also help you to know what other requirements are needed before that business is run. For instance, if you want to start a hotel, you'll probably need other certifications as well before you can open the doors of that hotel. And secondly, if you're doing this, then you need to make sure that you're picking something that it's probably easy to learn if you don't know the business, or you already have expertise in or have worked in that particular industry for you to make it a success. This is not something that you want to skimp on, because so many people put thousands upon thousands of shillings into businesses that they have no idea how they are going to run them. But when you're identifying your niche, these are some of the things to put into consideration, and then we'll get into step number 2. Step number 2 is to come up with a business plan. There's a quote that I used to see at the nursing council which said, "A failure to plan on your part does not constitute an emergency on ours." There's also this good quote that says, "Failing to plan is planning to fail." Before you start any business, please sit down and document all the things that you want to achieve with that particular business. This making of a business plan, coming up with your business model, how you will be able to scale that business is really important to do, not just for money purposes or when you're trying to get money from people, but also for yourself, so that you can be able to put down all the things that you need to do in order to start that particular business. If there are people that you need to employ in different places, have their job descriptions ready. If you have an organogram that is required for your particular organization, please put it down as early as possible so that you can be able to grow and iterate your business very well. A business plan as well will also help keep you organized, especially for people who are getting into a business that they want to scale quickly. A business plan is really important, and you will be able to see the things that are really crucial when you're starting off, and the ones that are not, you'll be able to put them to the side. And then we move to step number 3, which is the legal and financial setup. This is something that you need to think about when you are starting any particular business. What is the legal requirement when you're starting that particular business? Secondly, how much money will you need to place into that business? And third, how much money do you expect to get from that business when you are starting off? This is one of the things that I see, especially with newer business people. We are always concerned, how much money do I need so that I can get this amount of money? This step is being able to see how much of daily activity do I require in order to get the outcome that I am looking for. Even though when you are starting off with your business, none of these things are assured, but at least get them out of the way, especially to do with the amount of money that you will need and how much you possibly could make from that particular business. I'll give you an example. If you're going to start a salon or a barber shop in the middle of the central business district, then you probably will need about 500,000 to 1,000,000 shillings. just before you can start anything. This will go into making sure the place looks immaculate, paying for the rent of that particular place for like 3 months or so. Of course, you'll need to sign a lease agreement for about 3 years or so. All these are things that you need to do even before your very first customer comes in. And of course, the place needs to look really good. You need to have employees there, and the employees will most likely need to get paid for the first few days as you're looking for customers. You'll need to set up social media pages on every single platform so that you can use that to market. And as you're doing this, you need to make sure that your business name is unique enough so that you can even get those social media pages. All these are things that need to be put into consideration before you ever spend any shilling starting a business. Because the amounts of money that we put into business, 2 million, sometimes even 10 million, just to set up a business, needs to be recovered by that business. So, do you have all the data with you that will support that kind of an investment? Or are you just going in because you've seen your friend has a similar business, so you're trying to get into that business as well? All these are things that you should put into consideration before you start the business. Number four, build your brand and presence online. This is something that I just alluded to, but this is what that means. Your customers, most of them right now, will find you via social media. So you need to set up pages, especially on the social media sites like Instagram, TikTok, on Twitter, on LinkedIn as well. It will attract different people, but because of your business plan and the kind of people that you're looking into, you will know which sites are the most likely to get you customers as you start off. It's important to employ resources into all these platforms as you're starting off. And when customers, and especially your ideal customers, start coming in from a particular site, you can start putting even more concentration on that one site. Ideally, please make sure that you concentrate on just a maximum of 2 sites to begin with. This ensures that you stay consistent and you're able to build up a following in all those places, and as well give people extremely good service so that they can be able to come in and patronize your business. All this to say, you have so many resources that you're putting in, which honestly will be sunk costs as you are getting started in business. It's important to do all these things if you want to ensure a profitable business. So that now, number five, you will be able to start your business and iterate. This is something that so many business people don't talk about. There are so many things that you will start that you will fail at, which you also need to make sure that you improve in your business. When you're starting off in any business, there are things that you would have never anticipated which will show up in your business. No questions asked. Even if you've been an entrepreneur for how many years, doesn't even matter. There are mistakes that you will make. There are things that you will do that you wish you did not do. There are customers that you will piss off. All these are things that you will need to learn from. As you're doing all these things, you are changing the things that you're doing, how you do them, making sure you're doing them better. This is to make sure that the goods, the products and services that you provide are extremely good and they can be referred to other customers. Make sure that you're doing this over and over again, because when you see something is working, do more of it. If something isn't working, please make sure that you record it down and stop doing it, or find a way of doing something that the customers actually like. If you want business ideas that you can start in this year, please check the playlist that is showing up on your screen, and I'll see you in the next one.